Loneliness after 65 increases your risk of death by 45%. That's more dangerous than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I'm going to show you the 8 most effective ways to create meaningful connections that can literally save your life. The third method shocked even me, and it takes less than 5 minutes a day. Many seniors are missing the most critical connection of all, and I'll reveal what that is by the end of this video. When my father turned 70, something changed. He'd always been social, the life of every family gathering, active in his community. But after my mother passed away and he moved to a smaller place, I watched him slowly withdraw. His health declined rapidly, and it wasn't just the physical ailments that concerned me. It was the profound loneliness I saw in his eyes. What I didn't realize then was that his isolation wasn't just making him unhappy. It was literally shortening his life. According to research from Brigham Young University, loneliness increases mortality risk by 45% in adults over 65. That's more dangerous than obesity, 20% increased risk, and equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. But here's what gives me hope, and should give you hope too. Through helping my father reconnect and through years of research, I've discovered that meaningful connections can be created at any age. The 8 methods I'm about to share have been proven effective not just by science, but by thousands of seniors who've transformed their lives. In this video, you'll learn why touch is essential for your physical health, how to build new friendships even if you're naturally shy, the technology tools that make connection easier, not harder, and the one relationship most seniors neglect that could be the key to longevity. Whether you're watching this for yourself or for someone you love, these strategies work regardless of mobility, limitations, financial situation, or previous social experience. Let's begin with the foundation of all human connection. The first method addresses something many seniors are severely lacking: physical touch. Did you know that touch deprivation can actually weaken your immune system and increase chronic pain? When researchers at the University of California studied adults over 65, they found that those who received regular physical contact, even something as simple as a handshake or pat on the back, had lower blood pressure, reduced stress hormones, and fewer symptoms of depression. But here's the challenge. How do you increase physical touch in your life, especially if you live alone? Here are 3 practical ways to incorporate more touch into your daily life. First, consider pet companionship. Studies show that petting a dog for just 10 minutes lowers cortisol levels significantly. If pet ownership isn't possible, many communities have pet therapy programs where you can interact with animals regularly without the full responsibility of ownership. Second, schedule regular massage therapy. This isn't just a luxury, it's healthcare. Many insurance plans now cover therapeutic massage, and some senior centers offer chair massage at reduced rates. Even a 15-minute hand or foot massage can trigger the release of oxytocin, your body's natural bonding hormone. Third, make a conscious effort to incorporate appropriate touch into your social interactions. Offer handshakes, hugs to friends, or a gentle touch on the shoulder during conversation. These small moments of connection add up significantly over time. Margaret, a 72-year-old widow from Ohio, told me how she thought she'd never adjust to living without her husband's physical presence. I missed the simple things, holding hands while watching television, a kiss goodbye in the morning. After adopting a cat and joining a Tai Chi class where partner exercises created appropriate physical contact, she noticed her persistent headaches diminished and her sleep improved dramatically. The absence of touch creates a physical hunger in our bodies that can't be satisfied any other way. But this first method works even better when combined with our second approach. The second method addresses the challenge of making new connections when old ones have faded away. Many seniors tell me, "I don't know how to make friends anymore," or "It feels awkward to put myself out there at my age." This is where structured social engagement becomes powerful. Unlike random social interactions, structured activities provide a framework that makes connection natural and purposeful. Research from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, Part 1, the longest study on happiness ever conducted, found that people with strong social connections were not only happier but healthier, with better brain function as they aged. Here are 3 structured approaches that work particularly well. First, join interest-based groups rather than general senior activities. When you connect around shared passions, whether it's gardening, history, music, or crafts, relationships form more naturally. The conversation flows around your shared interest, removing the awkwardness of forced small talk. Second, consider volunteer work aligned with your values. Volunteering creates immediate purpose and connection. Organizations are grateful for your life experience, and you'll meet others with similar values. Even better, studies show volunteers experience a helper's high, a release of endorphins that creates natural pain relief and improved mood. Third, try progressive participation. This means starting with low-commitment activities and gradually increasing involvement as you feel comfortable. For example, begin by attending a single lecture at your community center, then a short workshop series, and eventually joining a regular group. Frank, a 68-year-old retired teacher, struggled with isolation after moving to a new city. "I sat in my apartment for 3 months, talking to almost no one," he told me. Then he spotted a flyer for a photography walk in the park. "I figured I could leave if it was uncomfortable." That single event led to joining a photography club, which now meets weekly. "We're not just photographers anymore," Frank says. "We're friends who check on each other, celebrate birthdays, and even traveled together last summer." The key to structured social engagement is consistency. Choose activities you can participate in regularly, allowing relationships to develop naturally over time. Now for the method that surprised even me with its effectiveness, and it takes just 5 minutes a day. I call it micro-connection practice, and it's particularly powerful for those who feel anxious about larger social commitments. Here's the surprising research. A study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that brief, meaningful interactions with strangers or acquaintances significantly boost emotional well-being. Even more surprising, these micro-connections can satisfy social needs almost as effectively as deeper relationships in the short term. Here's how the 5-minute practice works. Each day, commit to one meaningful interaction with someone outside your close circle. This could be a genuine conversation with a store clerk, asking about their day, complimenting a neighbor on their garden, calling an acquaintance you haven't spoken to recently, engaging with someone new at a place you regularly visit. The key is making the interaction genuine by 1. Using the person's name if possible. 2. Making eye contact. 3. Asking an open-ended question. 4. Sharing something brief but authentic about yourself. Dorothy, age 76, was skeptical when I suggested this practice. "Small talk with strangers isn't going to fix my loneliness," she told me. But after 2 weeks of daily micro-connections, she noticed something changing. I realized I was looking forward to seeing Maria at the pharmacy, or James, who walks his dog past my house. They're not close friends, but these little moments of human connection brighten my day in a way I didn't expect. The science behind this is fascinating. These brief interactions activate your brain's social recognition systems and release small amounts of oxytocin, enough to create a sense of belonging without the emotional energy required for deeper relationships. What makes this method so powerful is its accessibility. Even those with limited mobility, health challenges, or social anxiety can practice micro-connections. And these small interactions often become gateways to more meaningful relationships over time. Many seniors tell me, technology is isolating people, not connecting them. And there's some truth to that. When used poorly, technology can indeed increase loneliness. But when used intentionally, it becomes one of our most powerful tools for meaningful connection, especially for those with mobility challenges. A study from the University of Exeter found that seniors who use technology specifically for social connection showed improved cognitive function and reported higher life satisfaction compared to non-users. Let me share 3 technology approaches that have proven most effective for creating genuine connection. First, video calling with purpose. Rather than just checking in, schedule regular video calls with specific activities. This might be watching a television show simultaneously while on video chat, having a virtual coffee date, or reading a book to grandchildren. The shared activity creates natural conversation and deeper connection than a simple "how are you doing" call. Second, online communities are based on interests. Facebook groups, forums, and platforms like Meetup connect you with others who share your passions, whether it's birdwatching, classic films, or discussing books. These interest-based connections often feel more meaningful than general social media use. Third, learning platforms with social components. Sites like Get Set Up offer classes specifically for seniors with interactive elements. Learning something new alongside others creates natural bonding through shared experience. Robert, age 83, was homebound after a series of health challenges. His daughter set up a simple tablet with video calling, but he rarely used it. It felt awkward just staring at someone with nothing to say, he explained. Everything changed when he joined a virtual chess club. Now he plays weekly matches via video with members across the country. We talk about the game, but also our lives. I've made real friends I look forward to seeing, even though we've never met in person. The key distinction is using technology as a bridge to real connection, not a substitute for it. Notice how each approach involves genuine interaction rather than passive scrolling or consumption. For those who feel intimidated by technology, many libraries and senior centers offer free classes specifically designed for beginners. And remember, you don't need to master every platform. Even one well-used connection tool can significantly expand your social world. The fifth method addresses something many seniors don't realize they're missing: meaningful connections with younger generations. We've become increasingly age-segregated as a society, with fewer opportunities for natural interaction between generations. This separation isn't just socially limiting, it's actually harmful to our health. Research from the Journal of Gerontology shows that seniors with regular intergenerational contact have better physical health, enhanced cognitive function, and report higher levels of purpose in life. Here are 3 effective approaches to building intergenerational connections. First, mentorship programs. Organizations like Experience Corps and SCORE connect seniors with younger people specifically to share knowledge and wisdom. These structured relationships provide clear purpose and boundaries, making them comfortable for both parties. Second, skill exchanges. Consider what you could teach someone younger: cooking, home repair, gardening, and what they might teach you: technology, current trends. Many community centers now offer formal skill exchange programs, or you can arrange this informally through family or neighborhood connections. Third, shared living arrangements. While not for everyone, home sharing programs that match seniors with younger roommates have shown remarkable benefits. Beyond practical advantages like shared expenses, these arrangements create daily intergenerational interaction. Helen, age 79, felt increasingly disconnected from the world until she volunteered at an after-school program teaching children to knit. "At first I worried we'd have nothing in common," she told me. "But these children are curious about everything, including my life experiences. They ask questions no one has asked me in years." Beyond the joy these relationships bring, Helen noticed her memory improving and found herself more energetic on teaching days. What makes intergenerational relationships uniquely valuable is how they combat invisibility, a common complaint among seniors who feel overlooked by society. Younger people who form individual connections with seniors develop greater respect for older adults generally, creating a positive ripple effect. If formal programs aren't available in your area, consider reaching out to local schools, religious organizations, or community centers to propose intergenerational activities. Many are eager for such initiatives, but need someone to take the first step. Our sixth method might surprise you with its effectiveness and emotional impact. Instead of focusing entirely on creating new connections, research shows tremendous value in rekindling what sociologists call dormant ties, relationships that were once important but have faded over time. A fascinating study from the University of Toronto found that reconnecting with people from our past provides unique psychological benefits that new relationships often can't match. These dormant ties already have a foundation of shared history and understanding, making reconnection easier than starting from scratch. Here's a 3-step approach that has worked for many. First, make a list of meaningful connections from different periods of your life: school friends, former colleagues, neighbors from previous homes, distant relatives, or members of groups you once belonged to. Second, start with low-pressure outreach, a simple email, social media message, or card that acknowledges the time passed without creating obligation. Something like, "I've been thinking about our time working together at Johnson's, and it brought back good memories. I'd love to hear how life has treated you since then." Third, be open about your motivation. There's no need for pretense. Simply expressing that you're making an effort to reconnect with people who were once important in your life is both honest and touching to receive. James, age 68, was skeptical when I suggested this approach. "People are busy with their own lives. They don't want to hear from someone from 30 years ago," he insisted. Nevertheless, he reached out to 5 former colleagues. 4 responded enthusiastically, and 2 have become regular parts of his life again. What amazed me was how quickly we fell back into our old rapport, even after all these years. James shared, "There's something comfortable about people who knew you in a different chapter of life." What makes Rekindling particularly valuable is the perspective it provides. These connections bridge your past and present in meaningful ways, creating continuity in your life story. They also often lead to expanded networks as these dormant ties introduce you to their current circles. Even if you're naturally private or hesitant about reaching out, consider starting with just one person. The potential rewards far outweigh the momentary discomfort of making that initial contact. Now, we address what many consider a taboo subject: the importance of intimate relationships and romantic connection in later life. This critical aspect of human connection is often overlooked in discussions about senior well-being, yet research consistently shows its profound impact on health and longevity. A long-term study from Michigan State University found that seniors in satisfying romantic relationships had significantly better health outcomes, including stronger immune function and lower rates of depression, compared to those without such connections. Let's discuss 3 important aspects of intimate connection in later life. First, maintaining existing romantic relationships. For those with partners, prioritizing intimacy requires intentional effort. This means regular date nights, physical affection, and meaningful conversation, just as in younger years. Many couples find their relationship deepens after retirement when they have more time together, but this requires navigating new patterns and expectations. Second, opening to new romantic possibilities. For single seniors, dating may seem daunting, but age-specific dating platforms like Our Time or Silver Singles have made connecting easier. Community centers and travel groups for seniors also provide natural meeting opportunities. Third, redefining intimacy beyond romance. Close, affectionate friendships can provide many of the same benefits as romantic relationships. These chosen family bonds often involve regular physical affection, like hugs, shared activities, and emotional vulnerability. Martha, age 73, was widowed after 42 years of marriage and believed that chapter of her life was closed. "I couldn't imagine being with anyone else," she told me. 3 years later, she reluctantly attended a senior dance class and met Robert. Their friendship gradually evolved into a deep connection. "It's different from my marriage. We maintain separate homes and independence, but the companionship and physical affection have brought joy back into my life in ways I didn't think possible." What's important to understand is that our need for intimate connection doesn't diminish with age, though it may transform. Many seniors report that later life relationships bring unexpected depth, with less focus on external pressures and more on genuine compatibility and companionship. If this aspect of connection has been missing in your life, consider what small steps might open new possibilities, whether strengthening existing relationships or creating space for new ones to develop. We've arrived at our final method, the one many seniors tell me has become the most profound source of connection in their later years: spiritual connection. This extends beyond traditional religious practice to encompass any meaningful connection to something larger than ourselves. Research from the University of California found that seniors with active spiritual lives show remarkable health benefits, including lower blood pressure, improved immune function, and greater psychological resilience during difficult times. Here are 3 approaches to spiritual connection that have proven especially valuable. First, community-based spiritual practice. Whether through traditional religious institutions or alternative spiritual communities, shared practice creates both transcendent connection and human bonds. These communities often provide practical support networks as well. Second, nature connection is spiritual practice. Regular immersion in natural settings, whether forests, gardens, parks, or simply watching birds at a feeder, creates what researchers call awe experiences that reduce inflammation and improve mental health. Many seniors find that nature connection becomes increasingly meaningful with age, providing perspective and peace. Third, purpose-driven spirituality. This involves connecting your unique gifts and wisdom to serving others or contributing to causes larger than yourself. Whether through volunteer work, mentoring, creative expression, or community involvement, purpose creates meaning that transcends daily challenges. William, age 81, had always been skeptical of organized religion but found himself increasingly drawn to questions of meaning in his later years. After my retirement and some health scares, I started wondering what it was all for, he explained. He began attending an interfaith discussion group at his local library. We're Jews, Christians, Buddhists, and people who don't identify with any tradition. What matters is that we're all seeking meaning together. These weekly conversations have become the cornerstone of his social life and emotional well-being. What makes spiritual connection particularly powerful for seniors is how it addresses existential questions that often arise in later life. Rather than fearing these questions, embracing them within a supportive community or practice can transform anxiety into profound connection. This is the connection many seniors are missing, not just to other people, but to meaning, purpose, and something that transcends our individual lives. Whether through traditional religious practice or alternative spiritual paths, this dimension of connection supports all the others we've discussed. We've covered 8 powerful methods for creating meaningful connection after 65. From the physical necessity of touch to the transcendent importance of spiritual connection. Each approach offers a different pathway to combat the loneliness that threatens not just our happiness but our very lives. Remember where we started. Loneliness increases mortality risk by 45% in seniors, more dangerous than many physical conditions we take very seriously. But unlike some health challenges, loneliness is something we can address directly with proven strategies. The key insight I hope you'll take from this video is that meaningful connection isn't something that just happens to lucky people. It's something you can actively create at any age, regardless of your circumstances. Each method we've discussed represents a doorway to deeper connection, and you need only walk through one to begin transforming your experience. I'd love to know which of these methods resonated most with you. Leave a comment below sharing which approach you plan to try first, or any connection strategies that have worked well in your own life. If you found this information valuable, please consider sharing this video with someone who might benefit. Connection begins with reaching out, and your share might be exactly what someone needs today. Thank you for spending this time with me today. In a very real way, we've just practiced what we've been discussing, creating meaningful connection through shared experience and purpose. Until next time, remember that it's never too late to create the connected life you deserve.